Has Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch ever played in a game quite like what he did in Week 13 against Baltimore? It's a good question. I'm Neal Coolong with Behind the Steel Curtain. Charlie Batch turns 38 this week. 15 of those 38 years he's spent on NFL rosters, backing up quarterbacks, starting in games, but none of them ever quite like the performance he put on in the fourth quarter of the Steelers' 23-20 win over the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. Batch was red hot down the stretch, willing the Steelers to a victory in a game that was mired again by several offensive mistakes. In the absence of Ben Roethlisberger, the Steelers have barely been able to put up any offense whatsoever, and it looked to be much of the same going into the fourth quarter of this game. Charlie Batch threw an interception to Ravens free safety Ed Reed, and after that, he completed his last 8 passes of this game, one of which was a 7-yard touchdown pass to Heath Miller, who made a great athletic play getting the ball to the pylon to tie the game at 20. The Steelers were able to force turnover before that on a strip sack from James Harrison, knocking the ball out of Joe Flacco's hands, one of 2 turnovers Flacco made in this game. That set up the touchdown, and despite the 14 points the Ravens got off of turnovers, the Steelers were able to keep this game close throughout. Heading into that final drive after the Steelers forced a 4-and-out punt situation from the Baltimore Ravens, the Steelers offense got the ball back. Batch immediately went to work from his own 15-yard line. He connected on 5 passes in this drive, 3 of which to Mike Wallace, 2 to Antonio Brown, and picked up an unnecessary roughness penalty that was called against Ravens outside linebacker Paul Kruger. That set up the Steelers in great field position to allow Sean Sweezen to step up and knock home a 42-yard field goal for the victory as time expired. The kick itself was never in question, but the game certainly was throughout. The Steelers' offense was not aggressive in the first part of the game. They looked sloppy, undisciplined yet again, and basically out of rhythm the entire time. Many people were calling for Batch's head, his starting job, and anything else they could get from him after that first half, but Batch responded in what could be his final game as a Pittsburgh Steeler and an NFL quarterback. Charlie Batch played like a hero in this game, a game that's known for putting heroes in the spotlight. And the Steelers responded, winning a big game in which they were 8-point underdogs, had really no chance to win, and kept themselves alive for a playoff berth. Charlie Batch's jersey will probably be bronzed in Pittsburgh, and he has certainly reached hero status within that city for the remainder of his career and the rest of his life, presumably. The Steelers advance to 7-5. They take on San Diego in AFC action next week. The Ravens fall to 9-3. Their winning streak snapped, but still have large control over the division. For Behind the Steel Curtain, I'm Neal Coolong.